Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a brief but hopefully informative look at the mid-range forecast for the UK and Ireland. Potentially things are turning a bit warmer this week and next week, so I'll start off now by looking at some of the weather models. Let's take a look first by looking at the daily temperatures across the UK on the UKV model. The link is there, or you can look up there. So you can see today west is best really. The highest temperatures will be across Western Ireland, parts of Western Scotland and Southwest England and Wales. You can see 20 degrees, 21, 23, low 20s there. And then across the east coast, there's going to be some cloud and fog coming off the North Sea, so temperatures low there in the low teens. And then for the rest of the UK, kind of high teens to low 20s. Really probably a bit higher than this there, but for London you can see 22 degrees. So fairly nice weather today, sunny for most people away from kind of eastern coasts. And that's basically just a repeat of today for the next few days. You can see for Tuesday, there you've got 23 degrees, 24 possibly across parts of Ireland, temperatures in the low 20s across most of England and across parts of Western Scotland. And then Tuesday, you can see similar story, maybe temperatures are a bit lower than previous days, and then on Wednesday potentially things start to increase temperature wise, with 25, 26 shown there across southwest England, and then 20 degrees across parts of Western Ireland. So you may be wondering what's driving this change to become hotter, and you can explain it really if you just look at the pressure charts from the models. We'll start off with the GFS model here. That's one of the main models for kind of medium range forecasting, and you can see currently we've got high pressure sitting to the northwest of the UK. Now that means that the weather for the last kind of 2 weeks or so has been pretty dry. I haven't recorded any rain since the 15th of May, so the soils are quite dry. There's been a few wildfires, and so that's kind of what's been driving our weather, with winds, light winds from the kind of east or northeast. But notice what happens is this low kind of starts to move over here off the screen by Wednesday, Thursday, and then also notice, sorry, that's a high, sorry, high, and then also notice we've got this low which starts to move up kind of to the west of Spain. So those are the two changes which happen during the week. But those are important changes because by Thursday, Friday, you've got a very different pattern to what we had for the last few weeks and the next kind of few days, and that is a big low to our southwest and a big high to our northeast, and that starts to draw up a warmer southerly slash southeasterly flow from the continent. And if you look at those kind of upper air temperatures, I mean, they're not that high up, 1.5 kilometers, but that's kind of a name for it. So this is our 1.5 kilometer temperatures, also known as 850 HPA, and you can see we've got those yellow, orange and red colors starting to approach the UK by Friday, potentially peaking on Saturday, and that's because we've got our low, we've got our high, and we're just drawing up that air from the south. So by the weekend, and even by Thursday, Friday, things will be turning a lot warmer. And with regards to 30 degrees Celsius, it's a bit too early to say for sure because that's a week away really, and it depends on lots of different factors. But I would say that we have a decent chance of reaching the first 30 degrees Celsius of the year if we get these kind of upper air temperatures. Sorry about that there. But a forecast is not a good forecast if you just look at one of the many possible solutions. So to get a better idea on confidence, let's take a look at some of the ensembles. This is a GFS ensemble from Pivotal Weather, and for better confidence, which kind of equals a better forecast, you want these numbers to be kind of clustered together, and you want the colours to be not very faded. You want them kind of to be strong colours, like you can see purples and reds there. So if you follow this through, you can see we've got good confidence on that high pressure system moving up to the northeast of the UK like that, and we've got very good confidence on that low just to the southwest of the UK. So that means that we've got fairly good confidence in this kind of southeasterly slash southerly sort of flow between Thursday and kind of Saturday, Sunday. So we do know that with quite high confidence we'll be turning warmer, as I said, but the main questions kind of start to turn to what happens after that, because you can see by Sunday and especially into next week there are a few signals. For example, you can see there are a few numbers kind of high pressure and a few kind of signals for low pressure out here, but the overall kind of signal or confidence is quite weak, so we can't really say with that much certainty what's going to happen after kind of Saturday, Sunday. But let me show you some other models, because things could be potentially even warmer what the GFS is showing. And so here you can see this is the European model, and you can see initially we've got a similar situation represented by the GFS. But what actually happens is that the warm air on the European model covers all of the UK and Ireland, and even we get kind of some of those red colours appearing close to the UK, showing how potentially could be even a bit warmer. I wonder if it'll get to 30 degrees on this particular chart. Let's see if we get there. Not, I don't think on this one, but probably 30 degrees in that kind of air mass would be possible. And also something to talk about a bit early maybe, but there is the chance for a couple of thunderstorms next week, because if I show you this chart here, you can see we've got kind of a few of those numbers and a few of those kind of more darker colours indicating possibly we're going to have a low here. And if you've got instability from that kind of warm plume of air and we've got a low, potentially could be turning thundery. And if I show you if and only if that scenario that the GFS was showing were to come off, which is you get that kind of plume of warm air across the UK, strongest across the southeast, then if I show you the kind of juice, if you want to call it, or the convective available potential energy, or CAPE, those you can see we've got those kind of a pretty classic thunderstorm pattern. We've got our low out there, and we've kind of got southerly flow aloft, and we've got those kind of brighter colours indicating instability, and then you've got the same thing on Sunday. So potentially, oh wow, okay, 3 days of fun if you're a thunderstorm lover on the GFS there, with those kind of bright colours, but that's quite far away. I personally wouldn't buy that right now. But essentially what I'm saying is that it does look likely that it's going to be turning warmer towards kind of Thursday, Friday, and it does look likely we're going to get this kind of pattern, because if I show you all the models, you can see GFS, European model, GEM, that's a Canadian model, you can see they generally are agreeing, but there are still a few differences on the exact kind of the exact heat of the air mass. For example, this is showing a stronger one than the other models. The exact temperature, sorry, the exact wind direction, because that influences the temperature. So there's kind of lots of uncertainty still, but I would say that the potential for a kind of a thundery, potentially warm, a warm, possibly thundery period is increasing. And if lots of stuff changes, I will do another update, and I mean I'll do another update anyway probably, but for a final look, let's just take a peek at the ensembles. Remember, the closer together the lines are, the better that is, and you can see that for the period of kind of 9th to the kind of 13th of June, we've got fairly good confidence, this is for London by the way, of a general increase in temperatures, and the average line is that white line, and that's kind of, you can see, around 12 degrees at 1.5 kilometers, which is pretty warm, especially for June, so high 20s possible in my opinion there. And if we take a look at those forecast temperatures, you can see there is still a fairly wide range of possibilities, but generally probably mid and then potentially high 20s possible by next week. Anyways, thank you so much for watching everyone, and have a great day. Bye.